Mother Earth is dying, and we're the ones that are killing her. One of the dire consequences of the constant abuse we put our planet through is climate change. Anyone living in the 21st century has probably been warned of the doomsday that awaits us all as a result of climate issues. And yet, influential people continue to have their own very hot takes on the best way to combat the issue. First things first, what does our favorite tech wizard have to say about the whole thing? If you're wondering who we are referring to when we use the phrase tech wizard, of course it can be none other than the genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. Nope, we don't mean Tony Stark, we mean Elon Musk. Ha! Almost got you there, right folks? Okay, we'll quit fooling around because climate change is definitely not a joking matter, but the world's most influential people still can't seem to start taking it seriously. It's a little infuriating because you'd expect that educated and resourceful men like Musk would know better than to claim that there are matters more pressing than the fact that the environment is literally dying as we speak. But Musk still believes that if we stop drilling for oil and gas, that is when civilization will crumble. So wait, let's get this straight. Hundreds and thousands of floods across the globe, a new forest fire every other day, the literal burning down of the Amazon forest, the fact that we cannot breathe without choking on the pollution that saturates the air. There are millions of people that are without a home as we speak as a result of natural disasters. All these events, and yet none of that is a priority for Mr. Musk here. Now, we're all wondering what it takes for someone like him to learn his lesson. Folks, it's almost as if people don't realize how bad things are until it happens to them, right? But again, this is a man who's protected by layers and layers of cash and privilege. Of course, he can't understand the problems of the little men. The big man rarely ever does. Moving forward, let's at least try to understand his point of view. So hold up, there's a chance that we might be being too harsh. What can we say? We're a little, read a lot, protective over our dearest Mother Earth, and we're sick of seeing her, well, be this sick. And again, this is a man who wants to continue drilling holes into her because he believes that this is necessary for human development. Well, Mr. Musk, there will be no human development if we don't have a home to develop on. Perhaps the reason why his statement comes off as such a grave disappointment is that we'd expect better from a man who is literally working on creating more sustainable sources of power. Tesla quite literally rests on the idea of using battery-operated cars instead of the ones driven by fuel. He has time and time again stressed the importance of moving towards a more sustainable and renewable form of power production. It almost seems as if the man's heart is in the right place because he doesn't technically want to continue abusing the environment by relying on toxic ways of producing energy. But the Tesla owner seems to hold the belief that human development would be hindered if we completely stop using oil and gas as a power source, at least in the near future. Up next, let's see where he went wrong. So let us get this straight. What Mr. Elon is saying is that even at a time like this, economic development is somehow more important than saving the life of our planet? That's what it sounds like, Mr. Musk. But why are we even surprised at this point? People who don't have to face the short-term consequences of the decisions they make often have the luxury of looking at the bigger picture and focusing on the long term. For all our sake, let's hope that there is a long-term solution to look at, because given the state of the world, it doesn't seem all the more likely. Up next, Elon Musk continues to drop one hot take after another. This man is quite full of surprises, isn't he? He claims to be a supporter and a propagator of preserving the environment, but the routes he chooses to take in order to achieve that end often leave our heads spinning. On one hand, he wants to move towards using hydroelectric sources of power, and on the other, he fully supports the Scandinavian nations that are still developing and working on nuclear fuel as a source of energy. Yikes. And here we were under the assumption that the Scandinavians were good guys. Looks like there are no good guys here. Yes, we know. Nuclear power sounds like a better option than fossil fuels, but the consequences of that kind of power can be drastic for the environment. But our dearest tech wizard seems to think that national security is more of a matter of concern. Come on, Elon, get it together, buddy. Lastly, What's his solution to the population issue again? Oh, did we mention that he has a very sizzling take on the issue of population control too? He claims that we need to keep making babies. Otherwise, humanity would die out. No wonder the man finds time from his busy schedule to have another kid year after year. The count is up to 9 now. How do we make Mr. Musk realize that his babies won't have a planet to live on if we continue depleting it of its natural resources? It all seems so frustrating when we think about it. The thing is that if a random person on the street held these views, we could simply dismiss them. But when the world's richest man uses his platform to say these things, the consequences are a bit more serious and hard to ignore. We really hope that the vision Mr. Musk has is actually a good one, or else we'd all be doomed, even more so than we already are. Other news. First of all, what's this we hear about a new romance brewing? Every now and then, the rumor mill goes a little crazy and spews something that leaves us scratching our heads in confusion. It always sounds so ridiculous that it almost sounds true, because why else would someone make up something this dumbfounding? The latest rumor that is sparking heat in this world of gossip is the fact that our favorite Kardashian princess may have a secret desire for the owner of Tesla. Wait, didn't she just break up with Pete? Damn, this woman moves on fast. We mean, she's tried her hand at singers and comedians. Maybe a businessman would be a nice change of pace. The interesting part is that her biggest cheerleader is on her side. Yes, that's right, folks. Mommy Kardashian is fully for the idea of her daughter settling down with Mr. Musk. The only question is Elon Musk even interested? Let's wait and find out. Kim has made her move. Now it is up to the Tesla CEO to be a gentleman and play his part. Only time will tell. Next up, are third world countries paying the price for first world billionaire greed? It's heartbreaking when people have to pay for crimes that they never committed in the first place. However, that is more often the case than not. More often than not, the blame falls on the head of those without a roof. You're probably wondering what we're referring to, and it could be a number of things. But the most recent natural disaster fueled by climate change has struck the South Asian country of Pakistan. The country is submerged under floods, and over 500 million people have lost their homes as a result of it. Thousands of people have been killed, and the country is in a state of crisis. This news is especially pertinent because while Pakistan contributes only 1% to the global pollution levels, it is one of the most adversely affected countries. It seems so ironic how in one part of the world, billionaires like Musk encourage people to keep pursuing fossil fuels as a source of energy and want to fixate on long-term development, while on the other end of the world, people are losing their lives. Lastly, Tesla in Thailand? Guys, we have news for you. If you're a fan of the high-tech and extremely efficient Tesla cars that are powered by batteries instead of regular fuel, then you'd be happy to hear that the company is slowly expanding into local markets. The thing is, Tesla started as a US-based project, and until recently, it seemed as if the project would only be centered around very rich first-world countries. But just a few hours ago, it was announced that Tesla is all set to enter the local markets in countries like Thailand too. This is great news, not only for the tech development of Thailand, but also opens a world of job opportunities for the locals. Let's see what the future holds. Anyway, that's all for today, folks. It's a wrap on the video. If you want to know more about Elon Musk and his latest adventures, ask us questions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next one.